Hey guys, Chad Hoover, KayakBassFishing TV. So I'm sitting here doing these tips and tactics videos, and my buddy Alex shows up. All right, so here's the deal. My buddy Alex shows up, and you guys have seen him in some of the videos, like when we tried to go bow fishing and the water was frozen over, and some other videos in the past. He was one of my groomsmen in the wedding, really good friend of mine, and we're gonna go smoke some deer together this year. But as soon as Alex walks up, the first thing he does, picks up a rod and starts flipping and pitching. The reason that he does that is because he's an angler, right? And the reason that he does that is he is practicing, okay? So I hear this more often than not, and it drives me mad. Practice makes perfect. Actually, practice doesn't make perfect. If you do something wrong repeatedly, you only get better at doing it wrong. So you have to have a basic foundation and you have to have a basic understanding. What does make proficient is practice makes proficient, okay? Perfect practice makes perfect. Practice makes proficient. But what I would challenge you to do is to do different things, to get out in the yard with your rod, to get out and play around with trick casts, to get around and play with accuracy casts, to get around and flip and pitch and do things like that. And what that does is it develops a command of your equipment, a command of your gear. So one of those tips, one of those tricks, one of those casting things that I do at a lot of trade shows, that I do when I do seminars, I'm gonna get Alex to help me demonstrate. And it's not about accuracy. It's not about showing off. It's not even a hard trick. What it is it's something that you can practice to establish your proficiency with your equipment, because practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect, but practice makes proficient. So you need to at least be proficient. Let me show you how to flip a lure into a hat, over the shoulder, around through the crotch and into a hat real quick. And this is one of those drills that you can do to get better and more proficient with your gear. You ever done this before? All right, so I'm gonna get you to stand out here. You have to put that rod down first, it'll get in the way. So guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a flipping technique. I'm gonna get Alex to stand with his feet shoulder width apart. You can get a buddy to do that. No, stand right there, you're good. Take your hat off, turn it sideways and put it like sideways. No, turn it, yeah, completely sideways. Now lower it down just a touch. All right, so the way this works is you're gonna swing the lure up over the shoulder. You're gonna bring it around through the back and into a hat. It's a good party trick. It's proficiency drill, and it gets you command of your equipment. So the way this works is you swing out wide, you come under the bottom, and you go around the leg. See, if I practice that over and over and over, I wouldn't get perfect. I would just get better at sucking. So what you need to do is you need to practice proficiently. So the way this works is you're gonna need to swing it up over his shoulder, come down between the legs and flip over and hit the hat. So what you need to do is you need to come out wide, right? This is a lot like flipping into a tree, flipping around a bush, or hitting a particular hole out in the water, but it gets you command and feel for your lure, feel for your rod. So come out wide, swing over the shoulder, come like that. Oh, and you see that? Now, if I did that over and over and over, I wouldn't get any better. I would just get better at sucking. So what you want to do is get to where the muscle memory kicks in, to where when you practice, you learn what works and what doesn't work, and then you reinforce what works. So then you're gonna come wide, you're gonna swing that thing out there, you're gonna go like that, you're gonna swing it over the top, and oh, it tapped him in the belly. Now, let me let you guys in on a secret at trade shows, or if your buddy's got a hot wife. If you do this long enough and they got a low-cut shirt on, you can swing it not around and into the hat, but up and over and into the girls, okay? Now, I don't know how much trouble you're gonna get in either with your wife or with his wife or with him if you retrieve it yourself, but it is a cool party trick and it's something you should add to your kayak or your fishing rod trick arsenal. We're not gonna do that today because Alex doesn't have boobs, but he does have a hat. So now let me show you how to do this and do it proficiently. And then if you do drills like this and you practice proficiently, you're gonna get better at them. You swing over the back, come up over the top and into the hat. Just like that. Oh, did I hit the side of the hat? Okay, well, let's try it again. So again, now I'm dialing it in, right? I'm getting better and better. I'm learning what swing I need to get. I'm learning what practice I need to reinforce. And I'm gonna bring this thing over the back, come through, flip it over. I don't need you to move. You don't need to help me. We're trying to make a point here, Alex Meadows. So again, it's not practice that makes perfect. It's precision proficient practice that makes perfect. So what I'm doing is I'm varying how far up I'm holding my bait, how much line I'm letting out, how I hold my rod, how I swing it, and I'm dialing that arc in. So then I'm gonna come over the back, I'm gonna swing through the middle, I'm gonna pop it right into the hat. Now, I drugged the ground that time, so I'm learning exactly how to get that swing right, how to get that arc right, how to get that whole thing down. And it's a matter of repetition and frequency and doing it over and over again to where you get to the point where you can just swing it over the back, you can swing it through. And then what you want to do is you want to have a really good friend to do this, right? You have to bring it up over the back, you swing it through, and you pop them right in the ball sack just like that, and then they end up down on their knees. You have to have a heavy flipping weight to do it, but you use all that buildup to get them committed to opening their legs, get them committed to holding a hat there, and then you swing that 2 ounce weight around, pop them right in the boys, and then they sit there and go, try to act like a man like he's trying to do right now, but you can see he's got that stink face on. So anyway, put that hat back there. I promise I'll leave the boys alone, and I'm gonna show these guys exactly how to do this trick. Come up over the back, swing it through, boom, put it in the hat, hold the rod out, drop it, walk off, and everybody thinks you're a hero. So again, what I was trying to illustrate here is practice doesn't make perfect. Proficient practice makes proficient. The only way practice makes perfect is if you practice perfectly. But if you were perfect, you wouldn't need practice. So again, keep that in mind. Get out there, learn your equipment, know your equipment. It's a lot like time on the water. You can have fun doing this with your kids, you can have fun doing this with your wife, but don't have fun doing it with somebody else's wife. And I'll see you next time on Kayak Bassing TV.